Hey everyone, what's up? This is Jags here, and today we are going to be looking at some different comments that I have either A, personally been receiving, B, comments I see about people wanting help, or C, people wanting help and not willing to acknowledge nor listen to your experience overall. Now, this all has to do with YouTube or live streaming or just making videos, video editing, anything in the quote-unquote YouTube entertainment video world. Some questions I've been browsing that are probably the most common question, that's what I'm looking for, that I've been seeing. First one being people saying, hey, I just started up a new channel, looking way to find more exposure, any tips? Now, I went ahead and replied back to this comment. I'm not going to say the names because it's not important. What important are the questions being answered. So I answered, to be honest, it comes down to hard work, dedication, patience, and creativity. Gaining subs is not easy, but it's also not difficult. Just start filming, recording things that you enjoy, and they will come. Just like, you know, angels in the outfield, you know, if you build it, they will come. It's pretty much what YouTube is. Also, the best tip that I can personally give that I've learned is 3 things in this exact chronological order. Tip number 1, make sure your audio's good. Like, really, really clear, or near clear. Audio is very important. And then the second one, lighting. Third one, video. Those are just the orders that I've been taught how to do everything, and I took the advice, and it works. It makes a lot of difference. Follow it in that order. The better... It's better that you just don't question it and just do it, to be honest, in my opinion. And the only reason why I would say this is because audio is, if not the most important thing to your channel. If you don't need good video quality to have good content. You need good audio. You need to be able to communicate well with others, or at least within reason. I'm a little bit more harsh on myself, so that's why I say communication is everything. If I don't know how to do it, then, you know, what's the point of doing the work in general? So, talk. Have fun. Seriously, just that's what it's all about. But do a lot of audio testing first before you get started. Lighting's very important because people want to see the difference between you and your environment. Yeah, I just recently went ahead and put up LED lights to kind of blur out the background a little bit, but kind of make everything look a little more artsy. And you see like cool shadows in the background from like the lamp. That kind of just, you know, it looks like Halloween in the background. And, you know, I like Halloween, so it makes sense. But yeah, proper lighting is very important. Doesn't matter if you have one of those beauty lights or the O-rings, or if you're like me and you have your own DIY lighting setup on the left-hand side of you, right-hand side of you, and then in front of you as well. A lot of people do complain that it's just really bright or way too hot in general. You'll get over it. Lighting's very important, so make sure you get that down. And you can do it for fairly cheap, too. The light bulbs I'm using are just all natural white light, and you can get like a pack of like 4 of them for like 25 bucks, and you got yourself perfect lighting. There you go. You know, and then the third one, the video. This isn't bad. This isn't terrible. Could I do better? Yeah, I know I could because I have a professional camera. But I don't want to set that up because I have a webcam. You know, I'm using my camera more for skits and stuff like that, which is currently being filmed, but I'm currently using the Logitech C922 Pro. It is pretty expensive right now since everyone's price gouging everything because of the national worldwide fun time that we're all experiencing. So, you know, video is the least of your importance, but just start from audio, build that up, lighting, then video. Done. That will help you out the best. I did, however, receive a comment back to this saying, what did he say? Already already in motion, looking beyond that. Perfect. All right, narrowed that down a little bit more. So he already has all that down. So time to move on to part 2 of what I have learned. So I said if you're looking beyond these stages, then it comes down to more of keeping and creating more engaging content and material. Obviously, find your niche. You don't need a niche, by the way, before I continue on with that statement. Everyone thinks you need a niche for YouTube. That's false. You don't need a niche. You just need to be entertaining. That's really it. Niches are they're not bad. You just don't need them. It depends on your level, and your level of creativity is what makes your channel your channel. That's just what I personally believe. You're probably going to be like, hey, you know what? A niche is very important. You need it. Cool. If you have a niche and it's working for you, keep on it. I'm not saying don't do it. My niche is just a little different. It's very vague, but I like that because we label everything as endless entertainment. What does that mean? Come find out. It's kind of like a hook. It's your slogan, if you will. Not many people have slogans. Anyways, I said find your niche, find your target community, and listen to them on what they want from you and your work. Your community is the most, let me really emphasize on this, your community is the most important thing about your channel. I see it the same way with if you are a musician. You can be a band and you can be amazing, but without your fans and your audience, you don't play shows. You won't continue making shows or booking shows. But yet again, without the band, you don't have the audience. So you need each other. It's a checks and balances system. You need each other. And once again, listen to your community, listen to your subscribers. They will help you to the best of their ability. It's your choice if you want to listen to them or not, but I would recommend at least just giving it a shot. Worst comes to worst, you find out, like, someone recommends like a game for you to play and you play it and you're like, this just isn't fun for me and it's not good. At least you gave it a shot, right? All that matters is the community members want to know that you're willing to listen to them and they want to feel like they're part of the channel, because they, in my opinion, should be 100%. Even if it's not something as like having them on your videos and stuff like that, make them feel engaged, make them feel important. Like that is the idea, because every time I watch different YouTubers and live streamers who are a lot larger than I am, they make me feel welcome. Even if they're not particularly talking directly to me, it still feels that way. It's that very personal, deep connection you kind of get a little bit more. So that's very important, so please do that. What else do we have here? Connect with other YouTubers or people who do something similar towards what you are doing. Try chilling out with them, just talk to them wherever you can. Yeah, sometimes they might be busy, but at least just give it a shot. Talk to other people, comment on other people's videos, and spark conversation. Once again, it comes down to communication. If you have good communication skills and you know how to talk well with other people, that will help, because it builds further connection. It builds more of, you know, your marketing scheme in a sense, as well as your branding, because you'll get other people hyped up potentially and more willingly to help you on your fun little venture as an entertainer. A lot of people might struggle with this only because a lot of people are afraid to get out there in general. Like maybe you're afraid to just start off making a video because you don't want people judging you. Let me say this, and it's not to be rude, but if you don't want people judging you, you should not be on the internet. The internet is nothing but that. You will get it whether you like it or not. Some people get it more than others, but that's how it is. You kind of have to work past that. It's not easy, believe me, I know. Through personal experiences and through some past online experiences, it's harsh, yeah. People aren't always going to agree, but that's okay. You're not supposed to always agree, or else this world would be the most boring, pathetic place ever if we all agreed on the exact same thing on what entertainment is to us. We don't live in black and white. At least we shouldn't be. Anyways, moving on with that. Once again, market, promote, and sell yourself like you would with any job. So many people hate it when I say this. You know why? Because I hate saying it myself. The first time when I tried getting more of a job, it was more along the lines of you need to sell yourself to that company in order to get that job. Basically, you can't think of it as like actually like selling yourself and be like, here, I'm a slave. No, that's not what it means. It means you gotta be able and you gotta be open-minded and have the inner strength, I guess you can say, to properly market and brand yourself. If you know how to do that, people will come. They will follow you because either you're entertaining, because you have something important that they just really appreciate. It's engaging content, and that's what, once again, everything boils down to. Is your videos and your material and your content entertaining? If the answer is no, then you're not going to get much. But if you take at least some decent amount of thought into your work and you try to improve from past mistakes and stuff like that, then you will succeed. Maybe not right away, but you will, because that's a mentality I personally believe, once again, you need to have in order to pretty much do anything, even for hobbies. But yeah, definitely market, promote, advertise, and sell yourself so you can figure out what it is you want, figure it out what it is that you are. What are you selling? What are you promoting? What are you creating? Simplistic business 101. And after mentioning this, obviously I got another response to be like, that's not really what I'm looking for. This is kind of like a cliche response. They didn't say this. This is kind of just in my own summarization of the conversation here. They said they wanted more of a non-typical, underused methods of exposing people to an idea or name. So originally, I don't think I 100% understood what he meant at the time. Then he explained a little bit further. So he said something more along the lines of, these are extremities. Obviously, these aren't something that's going to be done that I'm aware of. But something as far as like hire a plane to go over a city with a huge ass banner, or even the same thing with like a blimp hot air balloon. Obviously they're not going to do that, but they kind of want a more extreme way of promoting. And that, my friends, is called guerrilla marketing. It is a very difficult way to market, but it is and can be very, very effective. There are very particular ways to do it. There's a lot of ways not to do it. Is it possible to guerrilla market yourself properly online? Yes. Am I going to teach that to you right now? No. That can be for a whole other video if you guys are interested. But guerrilla marketing can be very, very useful if you understand how much time and effort and thought needs to go into that style and form of marketing. It's all 100% based upon, in my opinion, innovation and creativity. You need to really go outside the box, beyond your comfort zone to guerrilla market. Do you need to work that way, and does it only work that way? No. Guerrilla marketing is, in a sense, endless possibilities, but it's its own thing in general. If you want to know more about it, look it up, or once again, let me know in the comments below if you want to learn a little bit more about marketing strategies and tactics, only because I've done marketing and promotion and just advertisements for everything from like music venues to radio stations to other jobs that I've done for over 10 plus years now. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that kind of stuff, let me know. So that was kind of the style he was looking a little bit more for. Then as far as guerrilla marketing goes for him, the first thing that comes to my mind usually is, do you have a logo? Do you have something that is, what is your brand? Are you able to brand something? Do people know a logo? Do they know a face? Do they know a name? Usually that's the first step of guerrilla marketing, a little bit more alongside, obviously, with the other lengthy steps you need to go through in order to make that successful. And thankfully he said he was working on some like merch ideas and stuff, which comes into play too. Maybe not as far as guerrilla marketing. You can make it work. It's just, once again, a whole different ballpark. But yeah, it's working on merch ideas, and he was going over different mock-ups this morning, which was really cool to see. And they have a logo. And though that's the one thing, you don't need a logo either. You just need to know how to market and brand yourself. If you can just brand your own name, fantastic. If you believe you just want to go by an alias or a persona, if you will, which a lot of YouTubers and, you know, famous online entertainers do, as well as famous comedians. You know, they all have their nicknames, they all have different personas or aliases that they go by because it's attractive to people. It just stays in people's minds. That's just one example that took a little bit longer than I expected for that whole section, but that's what it boils down to. Figure these things out. Yes, it's very, as he put it, cookie cutter, but you need to learn cookie cutter before you can learn more advanced stuff. That's how business works. You need to understand a business as its basics. YouTube, if you want to make money, it's a business. I don't care what anyone says. If you're making money, you're making a business, or at least attempting to. A lot of people are on here, and I'm not saying it's for the wrong reasons. A lot of people are only on YouTube because they want to make money. That's fine. We all want to make money. We all need to make a living. We all want to make a buck or two any way we can. That's fine. Just don't only make it about that. Still keep your community close, your enemies closer, because they will be your biggest fans in the long run. And just still make something out of it. Don't half-ass your work. Don't do it. It's not quantity over quality. It will never be that. If you work in that manner, don't. Flip that. Do quality always. Quantity, that's going to come with time. You don't need 10 videos out a week. That's impossible. I mean, it's not impossible. You just do more. But you don't need a video a day. You don't need to do 3 videos, you know, a day. You can do whatever you want. Because that's another most common question that I actually have personally received too, is what is the appropriate amount of videos to post up within a week? Whatever you want. There's no wrong answer. It depends on your audience. It depends on the material you're making. Also depends on how advanced your videos are. What kind of videos are you making? If they're more advanced and they take a little bit more time to make, do one a week, one a month, if it's even that advanced too. If you're more in the professional videography or cinematography and you want to make like a full production thing, yeah, it's going to take longer. There's no right answer. That is the beauty of YouTube, but I think this is also where people struggle with YouTube as well, or, you know, being an online entertainer, because it also goes along the lines for live streamers in my opinion as well. But it's a little bit more of people have a difficult time being their own boss, being their own manager. It's kind of the same effect when you work for a job, like a stereotypical like 9-to-5 job, right? You have your boss, they tell you what to do, you just do it. And it's plain and simple. But when you get the opportunity for what we have, the super fun time worldwide right now, you know, it affected a lot of people, and a lot of people are now working from home. And a lot of people can't handle that kind of responsibility. They don't know how to manage themselves. They don't know how, maybe as far as time management goes. There's a lot of different skills that people haven't had the opportunity to teach themselves or to learn, because let's be honest, a lot of people don't get the opportunity to. And that is the difficult part about YouTube that I still struggle with myself, but I do learn every single day. Is all my information as of right now gonna be exactly how you guys think of it? No, that's not the idea. And if you think it is, you're terribly wrong. This is open for interpretation 150,000%. If you just flat out agree with me, you're doing something wrong. That's a lack of creativity right there. Think freely. Like I said, there's no wrong way to do YouTube. There's no wrong way to entertain. Within reason. Everything's within reason. But you have to really think to yourself, is this something that I am able to do and I'm willing to do? It is so much more work than people think. It's not just creating a video and just throwing it out there for people to see. I mean, it could be, but, you know, everyone works differently. But, you know, to me, it's a lot more difficult. There's a lot of stuff you need to learn. You need to learn a lot about who you are as an individual. Who are you as an entertainer? What are you going to entertain people with? Is it going to be video games? Is it going to be travel videos? Is it going to be vlogs? Is it going to only be about music? Are you doing something about fashion? Are you doing something about makeup tutorials, unboxing videos? I don't know, do a review on movies, films? Anything you can think of is on YouTube. It doesn't matter what you do. Just, you have fun doing it, do it. But take the time to understand who you are. That's the most important thing, and I don't think a lot of people do that when they come into YouTube. They come in with a mentality of people are just gonna come, and then they start complaining, literally complaining, about how come no one's subscribing, how come no one's viewing or watching my videos. And I would go in to a lot of them and be like, hey, what I've also seen a lot, they just don't have any videos up. And in that case, common sense, man. Come on, think about it. Your second option there. They have content, but their quality isn't up to par. But that's not a bad thing. Some of us just don't have the funds that we want or need in order to do the work we can. We have cell phones. They do all that for us. You'll hear a lot of different people on YouTube saying the exact same thing. You don't need a high quality camera. You don't need thousands of dollars worth of equipment to make good quality content. Be creative, think outside the box. Majority of our cell phones now record in 1080p 60 FPS. Use that. iPhones do better now apparently too. There's a lot of different options for you to go down. Don't worry about that. It will come with time, and then with time you can build yourself up. Use your resources you have now and build. You know, if people like your stuff, they will help you out in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's through positive reinforcement, encouragement, or who knows, maybe donations too. But once again, comes with time. Another thing that is very difficult is that people also go through the wrong methods of wanting to be on YouTube, and this is kind of where things differ a little bit for me, because like I've mentioned, I've worked in the entertainment industry for over 10 years already, and that goes within saying marketing, promoting, being intern for music venues, for to building stages for large artists, to, you know, working in an independent radio, you know, show for a while out here in Arizona. I personally run my own, you know, LLC right now, where I used to book shows for artists and bands. I would promote them. I would just professionally film and take photos for bands and artists and concerts and festivals. And I mean, that's personally where I started. I started solely as doing everything for free and just working my way up, but people started noticing that hard work and dedication. People like seeing that. You need to be willing to work your butt off to succeed, because that's part of life. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to work hard and learn. Don't work yourself too much, because then you'll have the constant and occasional burnouts, some more than others. And you just gotta, once again, it comes with time management. It comes with a lot of time and practice. And it's not that it's not difficult, but it's not easy. Just patience, young samurai. It'll be okay. But yeah, those are a lot of things that I hear constantly. Another very frequent thing you see every single time on any Facebook, YouTube page, or, you know, community page is, and it's one of my most hated things ever, sub for sub. If you don't know the answer to this by now, stop, please. I understand, like, if you just don't know anything else, but at least just ask the question, hey, is it gonna help me? Because if you don't know, then you're being genuine. You just don't know. But that is one thing that people shouldn't really have to ask, in my opinion. Does it work? No. Will it ever work? No. Another most common question I get is, do you receive any form of hate or hate messages? No. No, I don't. Will it happen? Probably. And that's fine. People generally tend to have a tendency to try to make other people a little bit more discouraged, I guess is the best thing to say. Because they don't know how to do it themselves. It's kind of, look at it as like a failed artist. Failed artists who become like teachers in like high school, for example, and they take everything way too seriously. It will happen eventually. You'll get your first dislike. You'll get your first 2 dislikes, 3 or 4 or 5, etc., etc. It will happen. Guarantee it. Don't let it eat you up inside, because I went down that path before and I didn't quite understand, because I do see myself as a perfectionist, and I know I'm not, but my brain thinks it is. And I tend to take things used to take things very personal and very literal. I mean, I still take things very literally, but I think that's where my issue was. I was just like, oh my god, people are disliking it. I'm like, what do you mean? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, what does it matter? You have larger YouTubers make a stupid amount of money or a stupid amount of followers and stuff like that. They have thousands of dislikes. They don't care. It brings them in views. There was a video I was watching not too long ago from one of the people in the analytics team, I think, for YouTube. One of the main questions he answered is does the thumbs up or the thumbs down mean anything on YouTube? Straight up answer, no. In my personal opinion, I agree. What music are you allowed to use? Where can you find them? They're all over the place. You can literally just go onto YouTube Studio and go to the audio library and just use that. I've done that for a lot of my videos. Or you can find other people out there who just allow you to use royalty-free music, who supply it. Or there's some artists out there as well who have for-profit copyright-free music and everything like that. They do exist. Ironically enough, I'm interviewing one today. He makes his own professional beats. He's a fantastic musician too. And if you want to know who he is, description in the link below. Description in the link below. Link in the description below. A lot of people, that tends to be the one thing, because so many people are like, well, I took the theme song of like classic, I don't know, Nickelodeon theme song, and I got copyrighted from it. What the heck? Really? You're stealing someone else's work. Because stuff towards that extremity actually has happened. I've seen it. I've seen people use very large, well-known and famous musicians' music in their videos. Then they're like, my video just they took it down, or I got a copyright claim. Like, what the heck? Do not steal other musicians' music. They took the time to make it. You stole it, you're gonna get penalized for it. You should know better. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit more. If you are interested, however, on different fun little frequent comments or things I've been seeing online from other YouTubers, let me know in the comments below, because, you know, I would be more than happy to talk about it. If you've ever experienced anything like this, or if you hear anything like this, or if you have more advice personally for me on your opinion on what you do to succeed on YouTube or to help you succeed, let me know. Like I said, I don't know everything. I will never know everything. It's impossible. But that is all the time I have for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.